Hey guys, we have Tara back on the line. And hi Tara, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Good. We did an initial kind of an online consultation with you a while ago, and I wanted to do a follow-up, but I want to first start with a little summary of what problems you had before. When we talked initially, can you kind of like in a thumbnail sketch, what were some of the issues you were dealing with?
Sure. I was dealing with complete amenorrhea or infertility, so total loss of my menstrual cycle. I was dealing with pruritus, nighttime itching, and I was dealing with a lot of gut issues, mixed type IBS. I had had hair loss a couple times previously, and was diagnosed with PCOS and low T3 hypothyroidism, so not the Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I haven't ever been diagnosed with an actual autoimmune
Okay.
pathology.
Right. And so when we talked last, there were several things that I recommended, right? I recommended, I think, supporting your gallbladder with some purified bile salts.
Yep.
Was there a couple other things I mentioned as well?
Yes, you told me to get the acupressure tool, which I did,
Okay, good.
and that's been helping a lot. It took me a while to get the hang of it and understand what to be doing. And I don't remember what else you recommended because I do so many things now. I can't remember where it comes from. So
Totally fine. So tell us some of the progress so far. What's happening with your body since we talked?
sure. Well, so immediately when I started taking the ox bile, which I still do, the pruritus disappeared. And I also found, and I had what my mom had always called hot ear, where one of my ears would always turn bright red and hot, very inflamed, at like 5 o'clock every day. That stopped. And I did have the upper right, or was it right or the left? I haven't had it in a long time. So that went away, the pain. And I did find my digestion was improved. But the main thing was that a month after I started the ox bile, my period came back,
Wow.
which I hadn't had a period in 3 years.
Wow.
So I thought that was really neat. I don't know if it was the acupressure. I don't know if it was the ox bile. I don't really know what it was, but I definitely attribute it to the suggestions you've given me, just because like there wasn't anything else I changed.
Right.
You know?
Let's talk about that for some of the viewers that may have a similar problem. Now, when you talk about ox bile, like people kind of freak out, like ox bile, isn't it a waste product? I'm like, no, it's not bile, it's bile, B-I-L-E. It's purified. They just take the salts of it. It's the same chemistry as our own body's bile. And when you don't have enough bile, oh, there it is.
Yeah, this is a new brand. I usually use Nutricology, but this is Allergy Research Group.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can get it anywhere. And so the bile salts help support the gallbladder and the liver. And if you don't have enough bile, what happens is you can't convert T4 to T3. So if you have a thyroid problem, which can easily affect your fertility, it can affect your digestion, it can affect so many things. By adding bile, you can actually improve the thyroid function just from a different angle, from the conversion factor. And then if the thyroid works better, all of a sudden you become more fertile. The other thing, you start absorbing more fat-soluble vitamins, which are also necessary for fertility too. Vitamin A. Like if you're deficient in vitamin A or D or even E, you can become infertile just from that alone. So that's huge. So many people are deficient in bile. It's just it's like kind of like people don't even talk about it. They don't even know what it is. But the way you become deficient, there's a couple reasons. One is you're not eating correctly, of course. Your liver is damaged. You also have high levels of estrogen. You're on a low-fat diet because the fat triggers it. So people are confused with that because they thought that fat is really bad for the gallbladder, but you need some saturated fat to release the bile. But if you have too much, it overwhelms the gallbladder, and then you get congestion of, or irritation of the gallbladder. You won't get stones, but it just starts hurting, especially if you do a lot of nuts. So adding the bile helps to helps the fatty liver. It helps breaking down fat. It also helps to build up your bile reserve so you can start recycling it, because bile is recycled. So if someone is, for example, bulimic and they vomit a lot and they lose all their bile, then they can't build it back up. Then they're deficient, and they're like, now it's hard to get it back. So it's kind of like the icing in the cake. It allows everything just to fall in place and help you start absorbing, especially vitamin A. And vitamin A is really important in the eyes. I don't know if you notice any difference in your eyes, but like even when you eat kale, there's carotenoids, which are good for the eyes, but that's a fat-soluble vitamin, so you need the bile to help absorb that. So, so you basically did really good on that. And then you were already eating healthy, right? I mean, you weren't like...
Right, I'd been, keto and intermittent fasting for almost 3 years at that point. Yeah, which was... I started watching your videos 3 years ago, and it was right around that time when you started posting about keto. So that was cool. But as far as the gallbladder, I also I found out that I have the the homozygous PEMT, single nucleotide polymorphism. So my gallbladder, if that gene is turned on, that can cause congestion of the gallbladder as well. And so that was interesting to find out, like, it may not be just like my history of anorexia and bulimia, but it may also be that gene might be turned on. And then there's some stuff, well, if we get into what's been going on recently, that it affects that as well.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So what's happening recently?
Okay, so 2 weeks ago, I saw a new integrative medical doctor who looked at my labs, and he had me do the visual contrast sensitivity test. And based on that and my melanocyte stimulating hormone level being low, he says that I have chronic inflammatory response syndrome. So that would mean that I have genetic susceptibility to not be able to process out biotoxins. And I've been living in a moldy home for the last 1.5 years. And there was mold in my previous apartments when my amenorrhea started, and the hypothyroidism and all those sorts of things. So I feel like it was just a huge epiphany, between the gallbladder and then finding out that this biotoxin pathway, it greatly affects the gallbladder, which is why the first step of treatment is to get away from the mold, but the second step is to take a binding agent that cholestyramine that it sequesters bile, because the body processes the toxin through the liver, goes to the gallbladder, and then it just gets reabsorbed in the colon because the body doesn't recognize it as a toxin or something. I don't understand it fully, but it's scary, because it kind of means I'm gonna have to live a lot differently. But it's good to know, because now I have more insight into what I need to do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. There's a couple things that, and I think you have a plan of action, but. A lot of people have like this hidden mold in their environment, and it starts going in the body. It can create some serious problems. And then if you try to detoxify it the wrong way, you can end up even being sicker because of the die-off.
Right.
So there's certain trace minerals. I'm going to release a video probably tomorrow on certain trace minerals that actually build up the cell membrane to handle the die-off from mold and fungus and candida. I'm going to release that tomorrow, but I don't want to give it away now. But there's several things that are really good for that. I'm always the guy that experiments on these things myself. And I'm doing an experiment right now before I actually even create a video on it. But I'll tell you if you want to know what it is. So I think I might have mentioned in my last email borax.
Oh yes, 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 yes. I watched that video. Very
Interesting,
cool.
very interesting, right? So,
Yeah.
first of all, when I say that, people like a cleaning detergent, like, what are you talking about? Borax is a mineral, and it's either from Turkey or California. And there's a guy in the, I think the 60s or 70s, nutritionist who was studying plants, and he found that a boron deficiency created all these problems in plants. And so if it's not in the soils, it's not going to be in the plants, it's not going to be in our bodies. And boron is very important in cleaning funguses out of the body, and molds. So I always want to take it. So you have to take a teaspoon of this stuff. And by the way, it's as toxic as salt is. So it's no different than table salt.
Oh, good. Okay.
And so what I did is I took a teaspoon and put in a liter of water, and I mixed it up and I diluted it up, and I had a liter. And then I drank the whole thing, right?
Wow. I put some in my Amazon cart
Oh, did you?
already. Yeah. I'm convinced.
Well, here's the thing. I misread it. You're not supposed to drink the whole liter.
Oh.
You're supposed to take a teaspoon of the liter. But nothing really happened. So I'm still alive. So now my wife's like, you did what? I said, here, taste this. You got to taste it now. So I basically take just a teaspoon. I swear, I feel like really clean, like I feel like joints are better. Like it's just like creating a really cool effect. But I want to do this longer before I do a video on it. But I know people are going to go, oh my God, you're crazy to do that. But if you actually research, it's really good to clean funguses out of the body and help with arthritis and mold. So it's something to look at, investigate, to look at, but I'm not going to, I'll probably won't do a video for several months because I really want to, not just on myself, test it on some other people. The other thing, of course, you probably know this too, grape seed extract.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that.
That's really important in helping protect the cell membrane against mold.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay.
And that would be really good for you to take too.
Great.
Yeah, so there's some cool things, but I would not take, for mold, I would not take oregano extract because it's too powerful. It'll create a detox. So you'll feel like you kind of feel funky and sick. So, and these things that, you always start really low and you take a little bit and see how your body reacts. But yeah.
Yeah, last summer I diagnosed myself with SIBO. And my other doctor, she kind of just believes me because I tend to be right. Not to sound pompous, but I just investigate. And I diagnosed myself with SIBO, and so I treated myself for SIBO with herbal antibiotics because my insurance company wouldn't cover the pharmaceutical. But anyway, part of that was oregano oil, and I went a little too hard. I just took all of them, really like a lot, and I had some serious Herxheimer reaction, and I did it for 3 months straight. I'm not sure, but I mean, my gut hasn't been the same in a good way, but also in a bad way. So I would suggest viewers don't do that.
No, I know. Yeah. I'm the human guinea pig. I've done this so many times and end up sick for 2 weeks in bed with a fever and runny nose and lung congestion. So yeah, I know it's kind of like a human experiment. Try it. Let me try it. Yeah, right. Well, so many things I've tried.
Right. It's natural, so it can't do any harm, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just some liquid here. It's an herbal detox.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So also, Tara, you even the way I met you is I was online and I saw that you had a really great keto product, and then I ordered it, and then I think you saw my name and you contacted me or something like that. So it was really good. It's kind of like a healthy granola. Do you want to just tell people what that is?
Sure. Thank you. It's called Grapal, and it's like kapow, like from comic book, but granola, like Grapal. But technically, it doesn't have grains, so the name is kind of a misnomer. Either way, it is grain-free and sugar-free, and it also has cookie chunks in it, and the cookies are meant to replace the oat clusters since it's grain-free sort of thing, still kind of give you that cluster. And then it's made with just all natural, non-GMO ingredients, many of which are organic. And it's basically just coconuts, nuts, and erythritol and stevia, coconut oil.
And you have a couple flavors, right? You have
Yeah, we have snickerdoodle, peanut butter and jelly thumbprint, which is a cookie from my childhood that no one seems to know what it is. But anyway, there's that one, and then there is our new flavor, which is salted caramel brownie. And that's double chocolate chip cookie chunks and an all-natural caramel extract that is extract. It's a flavor, and that's on the granola part. So you got this play off of the two flavors.
Well, I just wanted to mention that because I know you basically make this by hand. It's handmade. It's like not by a huge manufacturing company. You probably work out of your kitchen. It's a high quality product for people that want something convenient that tastes really amazing. You could put it with like almond milk. The only one suggestion I'm going to tell my viewers is have it as a dessert, not in between the meal. As a part at the end of the meal. I think you're going to enjoy it, but especially for kids, like for an alternative cereal, I think it's genius, and it's like there's no sugar in it. So I'm glad someone like you made something like this, so I wouldn't have to go through the work of creating that from scratch, because it's pretty convenient. It's pretty awesome. So
thank you. It goes very well in Kebbie's ice cream.
There you go, the Kebbie's. Yeah,
and if you follow one meal a day, it's the perfect top off. Two of those together, perfect. In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Most of the people that follow me do like a 2-meal. Some people, like a smaller percentage, do 1 meal a day. But
oh yeah, 2 meal a day. That's
yeah.
I did that too for a long time.
And after a while, it's kind of like, it's nice to have something right after the meal, whether it's a fat keto bomb or a granola that's not really granola. At one time, I wanted to produce a granola, but without oats. But it's obviously you did it really good. The kind that I created at home just turned out to be like terrible. But yeah, so it's
thank you very much.
It's really, I know that, I don't know how the heck you put that together, because I'm like, wow, this is really amazing. It's really good.
Thank you so much, Dr. Berg.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Yeah, it's really good. But so you're on your way. You're doing better than you were last time, and then now you're going to basically deal with this mold thing.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to go take a sabbatical. I'm going to go to the desert and do what they call a mold sabbatical, to try and get completely away from the humid, where the mold, there's lots of mold spores just in the air. They say that the EPA, I think, says that there's 100% of buildings have some kind of mold spores. So I don't really feel safe. I bought a van, and I'm using that as my home for the time being, because I can't just get a metal home, like a metal house. But metal is more resistant to mold than any other materials. So so it is what it is, and hopefully it'll be temporary. But I'm gonna put all my efforts behind this, and keep taking all the supplements and following your work and what my doctor says, and hopefully next time we speak, I'll be better.
Yeah, that's awesome. What the cell, and for anyone watching, if you ever want to do research on like molds, it destroys the cell membrane. That's really what you need to strengthen, is the cell membrane. So, and that's a double layer of fat. It's a phospholipid wrapper of fat. So one thing you don't want to do is go a low-fat diet. You don't want to eat junk food, but if you can support the cellular membrane in any way possible, you're gonna come out on top, and then the cell will be strong and the integrity will be there, and you can resist a lot of the mold issues. But yeah, so I'll release that video tomorrow. I think you'll find it interesting, but I don't want to. I'm just kind of don't want to give it away, because it's a really cool video. So spent a lot of research to create this like 3-minute video. It's like, okay. So
you're a hard worker. You put all of it in.
I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. So, well, thanks, Tara. Thanks for the interview. It's a great update, and let's do this in a couple more months and see how you do. So this will be like a part 2.
Cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Sure. Okay. Have a good day.
Bye, you too.
Bye.